Hello everybody, this is Nate, aka Double Dog, and I'm back with a complete walkthrough of the newest 24-man raid and a new content drop for Final Fantasy XIV. This is Dun Scaith. It's definitely way more difficult than the Weeping City of Mach, and I will go step by step on all the bosses, so here we go. Alright, right from the start, you get your first boss battle, the Death Gaze Hollow. As you see, the first thing he does is he knocks the railing off of the damn airship. So yes, you can fall off during this battle, just remember that. But you can be rezzed back up and continue the fight, which is good. He has multiple different attacks, and I'll go through them as he casts them. Normally, his first attack is he will cast Void Death 4, which will cause this big AoE to try to suck you into the middle. And what you want to do is try to stay out of it while it fully charges up. If you're in the middle when it fully charges, you will pretty much die, and pretty much have the main tank get aggro so he faces him away from everyone else. As you go through, he may randomly pick you for Void Arrow 2, which is the green crystal icon over your head, and what you want to do is place it in a far corner somewhere, because that way there'll be like a little tornado and it won't hurt everybody. Then he'll cast Void Blizzard, as you see there, which is an AoE ice spread. As long as you get in between the gaps, you should be fine and be able to avoid it. And as he goes through, then he'll keep casting other moves, including Void Arrow 3, which is an AoE knockback, which you can very easily tell. And what you want to do is just have yourself in the direction where he knocks you back against the two areas of the airship so you don't fall off. Now, as you keep going, he will keep cycling through these moves along with some additional ones as well. Occasionally, he'll actually do something called Bolt of Darkness. But before that, he pretty much will keep casting the same moves. Bolt of Darkness is pretty much a frontal blast, and you'll see that coming up fairly soon. It's nothing really major. Once you see him charge up for it, just don't be in front of him, and hopefully the tank will be able to face him away. Right there it was. That was the Bolt of Darkness. It's pretty powerful if it hits you, but you can't survive it. Now, as you go through, also, he'll be dropping random AoE attacks on the ground. And as you see here, he does this move called Void Blizzard 4, which is an AoE pulse. And what you want to do is run away from it first, and where he hit, you'll see those ice crystals that'll form. You will run back to them and use them as a wall to keep you from falling off, because even though you run away from the AoE, then it'll have a knockback, and it'll knock you clean off of the arena unless you use those ice crystals to keep you from getting knocked completely off and killed. Even though you get knocked off and killed, like I said, you can respawn up top and pretty much be rezzed and continue the fight as well. He'll keep going through these moves. Void Death 4, which is the AoE that'll suck you in. The Void Arrow 2, which is a green icon, which will cause the tornadoes you want to place away from your characters. Void Blizzard, which is the random AoE spread. Occasional ground AoEs, as you see these square areas. Once they go away, you can stand there and you'll be perfectly fine. Void Arrow 3, which is the knockback effect. Doom, which you'll cast throughout, which you'll randomly normally pick two characters out of each group and cast Doom on them. And what the healers want to do is pretty much get rid of Doom as fast as possible. It seems to be random who it picks, but it seems to pick a minimum of at least two characters out of each of the three groups and cast Doom on them. Now, as you go through, you pretty much just remember about the Doom, the Bolt of Darkness, the Void Blizzard 4 with the AoE pulse, which will knock you, you have to run away and then get back towards. And as the fight progresses, he will start calling in ads. The ads are void sprites, and all you want to do is have your alt tanks pretty much get aggro on them, burn them down as fast as you can. As long as you go ahead and you keep a track of all these different attacks, you should have no problem beating the Death Gaze Hollow. Alright, now it's time to fight the trash mobs of Dun Scaith. These are the Void Crystals, and what you want to do is burn them down as fast as you can. This is basically a DPS check. You want to burn them before they are able to complete Void Call, because once they complete Void Call, they will pretty much spawn in some pretty damn difficult enemies. Nothing that you can't deal with, but it's just a lot easier and quicker if you just focus, burn them down. As you see here, they were smart enough to put some numbers over top of them to let people know on what order to do. There'll be 2 sets of these. The first one will only be a set of 3. Then after you defeat them and you go on, there'll be another set. I think there's like 4 to 6 of them. And what you want to do is after the first set, which they're the easy ones, you'll jump over to this next section, and as you see, there's 4 of them. And there's also these guys called unblinking eyes. Now what you want to do is burn down the void crystals again as fast as possible before they summon their enemies using void call. And then the next best thing to do is to burn down and kill the unblinking eyes as fast as possible, because they will cast a move called petrifying eye, and if you're looking directly at them, it will petrify you, and it will pretty much just make this battle a little bit more difficult. Other than that, like I said, these are the easy trash mobs of this dungeon, this 24-man raid. These guys really aren't that bad. Alright, your next boss battle will be against Ferdiad Hollow. He has multiple different moves. I'll tell them as they go along. A lot of times he'll keep casting Gesture's Reap, which is a frontal slash AoE attack. And as the battle progresses, he'll start picking up with more and more different moves. But the main move will be coming up fairly soon is called Wormhole. And with Wormhole, he'll actually cast multiple Atmos on the outside of the arena. And some will be gold colored and some will be blue colored, and what you want to pay close attention to is he'll fire a ball into the mouths of one of them. If he fires a blue ball into a blue Atmos, you want to stay away from the other blue Atmos that is on the field, because it will send out a big explosive AoE that will kill you. If he shoots a gold ball into a gold Atmos, you want to go to the other gold Atmos and stand underneath it, because it'll create a donut AoE that you can survive if you are underneath it. Now you got to pay close attention. Sometimes I have actually had him shoot a different colored ball into a different colored Atmos, and depending on what color ball goes into the Atmos, just pay attention whatever color Atmos that is to go and do the corresponding thing of either standing beneath it if it's a gold ball, or stay the fuck away from it if it is a blue ball. Okay, he'll keep casting Longelier's X, which is pretty much just not that major of a problem, but as you see here, one of the other moves he'll cast is called Debilitator, where he will give you a status ailment of either being damaged by ice or fire, and there'll be 16 different tiles, circles that'll appear on the floor, and generally what you want to do is have 2 people out of each of raid groups go around and touch those to change them to the alternate color. So if you have a debuff of fire, you want to try to get the majority of them set to water. If you don't, it'll pretty much compile the damage and really fuck you up. Now once you get to a certain point in the battle, he'll start casting this move where he'll put up a shield and he'll launch the Atmoses at you. You want to avoid them, and you want to kill his ads, which are called Ferdiad Fools. Some of them will cast Petrify. Other than that, they'll kind of warp around the room, and what you want to do is burn them as fast as possible, because depending on how long it takes you to defeat these guys, he'll do a massive attack that will actually do more damage based on how much time it took you to kill him. He'll also do this a half room AoE, which is called Cleave. It's got a very long cast timer, so you should have no problems in hitting the run button and getting out of the way before it actually hits. If you do get hit by Cleave, you will be killed. He'll constantly do Cleave throughout this battle, and just burn down his ass as fast as you can. And other than that, there's only a couple other attacks that he'll add to the battle as he progresses, but nothing more than the fact that you got to watch out for the main one is Wormhole, where he puts the Atmoses up, where he shoots the balls in their mouth, and you need to make sure that you go to the right one. The Gesture's Reap, which is pretty much a frontal AoE that can be avoided. Debilitator is the one where he'll actually put the 16 circles on the floor, where you need to make sure the color matches the opposite of what your status ailment is to keep from dying. And of course, then he'll go into this phase here, which is charging up to do a super attack. The damage you take will be based on how long it took you to kill his ads. Now, as you go through this battle, he will add one more move that is called Blackfire. Now, Blackfire is nothing more than room-wide AoEs. He'll lay down AoEs on the ground, and what you want to do is they're expanding AoEs, you just want to avoid them. So as long as you can just remember that, the Blackfire is the expanding floor AoEs, Cleave AoE, which pretty much is self-explanatory. Get away from it, it's a long cast time. Black Bolt, which is his AoE blast. Debilitator, which is the one with the 16 circles on the floor, where you need to change the color to be the opposite of whatever he has the status ailment on you. And the main one is the wormholes. Right here, that right there is the black fire AoE attack that he does. Just make sure that you stay away from him and you pay attention to all of his attacks, and you'll realize that even though it seems complicated, he is actually one of the easier battles of this new raid. Alright, now before you get to your next boss, you have to fight one more trash mob, which is the Shadow Court Handmaiden. This bitch isn't really that majorly difficult. Just watch out for her ground AoEs. The tank, naturally, the main tank gets aggro, faces away from the group. Healers do their job of healing. But the only real thing is what she'll do is she'll cast these foobars, giant slimes that will appear throughout this little mini battle here. And what you want to do is, if you're actually have a secondary tank, have them get the aggro of the foobars to face them away from the rest of the group and burn them down as fast as possible. When they die, they will leave like a poison puddle permanently there, so just avoid that along with the ground AoEs, and you'll have no problem in beating this sorry pathetic bitch that's just a time waster. And then you get on to the real fun boss battle. Alright, now it's time for a fun boss battle against Queen Scaith. One thing about her is this bitch can cast shit fast as hell. It's harder to actually pay attention to her casting. It's easier just to watch her animations. You'll have the main tank pretty much get aggro on her, try to face her away, but she'll jump around. If she actually jumps around the arena, let her jump. Don't chase after the bitch, because she'll come down to this ground pound. It'll pretty much one-shot your ass if you ain't paying close attention. Now, as she goes through, she'll cast an attack called 30 Arrows, which is just a typical ground AoE you want to avoid because it shoots all these little arrows in that area. And she'll have these big paper crystal hands come out of her back like you see there. Now, they'll have these AoE attacks on the ground that are very damaging. You want to either stand directly in front of her or directly behind her to avoid the AoE attack. As long as you do that, you will have no problem in dealing with that attack. If you happen to be a little bit too far away in order to get away in time, since her casting of her attacks are so damn fast, odds are you're going to take huge damage and probably even die on that. This is pretty much a big heal-rific type battle here. The healers are going to have their hands full and constantly healing people. Now, when you see this attack right there, it says shadows gather on the floor, you'll have these little satanic demon hands grabbing at you. The trick here is to quit doing anything. Stand there, do not move. If you move, you will take huge damage and you'll get slow attached. The healer will have to heal you through that, and you just wait it out until it goes away. If you move, it will kill you. That is deadly. I have had several groups on this wipe just because of that friggin' mechanic, and it's not that hard. Naturally, when she does this room-wide AoE, you just want to try to go all the way to the opposite side to avoid it, and she'll also cast an add. This add, you will want to actually have an alt tank get the aggro of and pull him away, and you want to actually kill him as fast as possible, because if he's too close to the boss, he'll heal her, and he'll also build up and cast a it's called full swing attack. If he's able to pull off the full swing attack before you kill that ad, it is a room-wide raid wipe. He will kill everybody instantly. So just force everyone else to split apart and burn that ad down and kill him, and then get back onto the queen and just keep attacking her. She will keep doing the same moves throughout this battle. Actually, as the time progresses, she'll start casting stuff faster and faster, and some of them will overlap. Now, as long as you just remember that, and like I said, especially with that move there, either get directly behind her or directly in front of her, you will be fine. Now, she'll also pick a random character to apply this drop. It's almost like a void orb drop. And if you get this, what you want to do is run to the outside of the arena where we'll drop these void orbs, multiple of them. And you want to kite them away on the outside of the arena, away from the other players. It'll hit probably like 4 or 5 times. Then she'll attach these shadow limbs to somebody. Treat the shadow limbs similar to the weeping angels from Doctor Who. Look directly at them. As long as you're looking at them, they will not move. But if you look away, they will jet across the arena. Anything they hit, they'll pretty much kill, and they'll actually do this attack with their hands that will pretty much kill you instantly. So remember, when you have those hands on you, make sure to look at them and burn them down as fast as possible. Now, as the fight progresses, she'll do a little AoE there you want to attack to try to stay away from. She'll bounce around occasionally, but once she gets about half, I think around, give or take about halfway on her damage, she'll go into the middle of the arena and she'll put a shield around her, as you'll see right here. Now, once she has this shield around her, what you want to do is burn the ads as fast as possible. Now, while you're killing these ads, some of them will actually pop up that will do status ailments, and they'll bounce around. Treat this battle similar to you did with the Fruity Ad Hollow ads, that you got to burn them as fast as possible. But one addition to this is she'll also drop meteors on you. Now, all you need to do here is when these meteors are dropping is have one player stand in the circle of the meteor, so when it hits, it won't do room-wide AoE and hurt all the other players. Other than that, that's all you have to really deal with this phase of her battle. Once you kill all the ads as fast as possible, she will do a ultra attack that you'll need to heal through, but other than that, that's really about it. The only thing that she will add after this battle is things will pick up. She'll get faster. A lot of her attacks will overlap even more. She'll do an attack called arrows, which you just want to avoid, and she'll also add a split damage AoE, which is very simple. The classic yellow arrow above the player's head. If it's your head, gather around everyone. If it's someone else's head, gather around them. That way it splits the damage, and you all can get through this. As long as you pay attention to these different tactics and her mechanics. Her boss battle, the hardest part with it is just the overall speed of how she casts her AoE. As long as you can deal with that, along with her split AoE damage as you see there, that's really the only moves that she has. She has pretty much the hands with tethers. Treat them like the Weeping Angels. She has a Shave Thrust, which is a frontal AoE that doesn't really show a marker at all. At the halfway point, she'll put up her shield, and you want to kill the ads, have one player stand in the meteors. Near the end of the battle, she'll cast split damage AoEs on someone, which is pretty easy. Everybody at this point should know what to do with the split damage AoEs. If you get a void orb marker over your head, go and drop them on the outside of the area. And really, other than that, if she ever casts any ads, pull the ad away from her and burn him down ASAP. Other than that, it's a fast, long-fought battle, but as long as you can just deal with all of her mechanics, you'll realize that other than the fact of her speed of her casting, this battle really isn't that difficult. Alright everybody, it's time for the final battle of this new raid. It is time to fight Diablos. Now, when it first starts off, this is kind of a rather easy battle. It'll fool you into thinking that this is going to be a nice, fun run. He'll cast Nightmare, which basically is nothing more than a sleep attack. You'll see a little eye icon. You just want to face away from him. You'll look away when he casts it to avoid actually getting it. He'll do Death Gates, which pretty much will pop up throughout the area, which aren't that difficult at all. I mean, it's similar to the doors that you dealt with in the one dungeon you fought him before. All you do is when the death gates do appear, you just want to burn them down as fast as you can before he is able to charge up and call Void Call. If you don't burn down the gates and destroy them before he finishes casting Void Call, it will pretty much just bring an ad into the battle, which is just another pain in the ass thing you don't want to deal with. So just burn them down as fast as possible. As you see there, it's not that bad. He'll keep casting Nightmare and Death Gates throughout this battle, along with another move which will be called Ruinous Omen. Ruinous Omen will be a room-wide AoE attack. All you need to do is pretty much have the healers just heal through it. It does a good amount of damage, but nothing that the healers at this point shouldn't be able to get you back on your toes with. And, with him, he's not that bad. He's not that bad. As you see here, he's charging the Ruinous Omen right now. And you'll see that when it hits, it does do some beefy amount of damage to the whole group. Kaboosh! Yeah, I mean, like I said, just have the healers heal through that, and it won't be really too much of an issue with that particular battle. Then he'll start casting Ultimate Terror, which is just an AoE that'll appear by him. If you're far enough away, you can avoid it. Now, he'll have a stacking AoE there. You want to split the damage by stacking. Pretty standard issue. You should be used to that. And then he's going to hit Ultimate Terror a bunch of times. Like I said, it's just the, nothing more than just you just want to avoid it because it will cause a damage debuff to you that the healer can pretty much heal you through, but just don't be in the middle of it. Just avoid it. Once again, he'll start hitting Nightmare repeatedly, and at this point you're going to think, okay, this is a rather simplistic battle. Why is this so damn easy? Why are we burning him down so hard so fast? Well, as you see, after a while, he gets tired of you fighting him. Then he'll move away to where you can't hurt him at all, and then cast this lovely little thing, which is the Life Gate. Yeah, it takes a while for it to pop up, but once it pops up, you're like, oh crap, what the hell is coming out of here? Well, nothing. This trick to this battle here is burn the Life Gate down as fast as possible. You're like, wow, this is easy. Wow, this is not a problem at all. This is going to be no problem. And then you realize, guess what? You got to fight this thing multiple times. Every time he does, you defeat it, it'll just come back with full life, and you'll have to do it over and over and over again. If you don't burn it down as fast as possible, it'll kill you all. Yes, that's right. Life Gate lives up to its name. It will life your ass away. It'll take your life. Now, as you're fighting the Life Gate, he'll decide, it's not hard enough. Let's bring in some Death Gates to this. So you want to burn down the Death Gates as fast as possible, then get your ass back to the Life Gate and keep burning it down. Eventually, after you defeat this Life Gate, like, God, I don't know how many times, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 57 times. It's not that many times, but it takes a long time. After you defeat the damn Life Gate, then you're going to get back into the main battle. So it just basically just consists of once the Death Gates pop up, kill Death Gates, keep burning down this Life Gate. It'll go on for a while, but after a while, he'll say impossible and get pissed off with you. The Life Gate will go away, and then he will actually show up in his true form. Yes, now if you were thinking, oh, that was too easy. Well, you're right, it was. He goes and decides to cheat. He wants to pull a Super Saiyan on your ass and decides, you know what, if you haven't noticed the whole battle that the dead queen is off to the side, you'll realize why. He absorbs her powers and becomes the ultimate battle for you to finally fight here. He finally turns into the true battle, the Diablos Hollow. There you go. Now that's what I'm talking about. Right from the start, he hits you with a room-wide AoE. The healers will have to heal through. The main tank try to get his aggro, but guess what? He's invincible. Yeah, no joke. You can't hurt him. No, for a very big portion of this battle at the beginning, he is invincible. You cannot hurt him at all. Keep attacking him, but he'll start casting these Shade Thrust moves, which are a really powerful frontal AoE blast. He'll keep casting them, and you want to pretty much avoid them at all costs because it will kill you. As you see there, he'll keep casting it. He'll also do this move called Hollow Crescendo, but it doesn't really seem to do much. That one's not a big deal. The big deal is that Shade Thrust move. That damn thing is deadly. Now, as this goes on and you just keep attacking him and realizing it's not hurting him, you realize, what the hell are we supposed to do? Well, right now you can't do a damn thing. You just got to avoid his AoE thrust, keep attacking him. Healer's got to keep on healing, and eventually you'll get to the point where you actually can do damage to him. I mean, it'll take a fat minute while it goes on, too. You'll be like, damn, this is annoying. Why can't we hurt him? Are we doing something wrong? No, you're not doing anything wrong. That is actually the way this battle's supposed to be. The very first part, he's fucking invincible. As you see, you finally can start doing damage to him. And as you do, that's cool. You just keep hitting him. You're like, okay, this actually isn't that bad now. As long as you just pay attention to his Shade Thrust moves and his Hollow Crescendo move. But then he'll start hitting these AoEs, which are basically like the Void Orbs. If you see them, if you get an icon over your head, which most of the time you don't even see the icon, you want to try to be on the outside of the arena and kite the Void Orbs away from everyone. It's not that easy to do. Then he'll start, during the battle, start casting down these meteors, and naturally, just like any other meteors, you want to have one person stand in the ring and eat the damage. Then he'll start casting more Death Gates, along with something in the middle, which is called a Diabolic Gate. Now, death gates you want to burn down, but the diabolic gate, you want a bunch of DPSs to run into it. They'll get sucked into a different dimension. Well, they'll have to actually fight a very powerful ad. They need to burn the ad down as fast as possible, because if they don't, it'll cause pretty much some major damage for you. Now, while they're in there, you also have to deal with him constantly casting Pavor Analysis. I don't know how to say it, but it's a floor-wide AoE blast. And you also start casting Hollow Nightmare, which is like a uber version of this other one that pretty much you just want to look away from to avoid. If you look towards them, it can cast Doom occasionally as well throughout the battle, but just look away from that. And as you go through, naturally the DPSs should be able to burn down and kill that ad. And then he'll start casting more void orbs you want to pull away. But then he'll start casting these things called shadow spheres. You'll actually see that it'll appear on there. It says shadow spheres have appeared. And the moment they appear, you don't want them to get into the middle of the arena. They will pretty much hurt everybody in the group. You want to eat them. You want to have somebody just take it like a man or woman and run over there and just eat the damn thing in the corner as soon as you see them. It'll take a massive damage, but in the end, it's not that bad. You can pretty much, as long as the healers are on the ball, they can heal you through it. And the rest of this battle consists of him basically hitting Shade Bursts, Shadow Spheres, and other moves including Hollow Omen, which when he charges up Hollow Omen, you'll know. You will know. It's pretty painful, in fact. But until he gets to that, it's just the same moves over and over again with the Shadow Spheres, the Hollow Nightmares. You want to look away. He'll also keep doing the Pavor Analysis. And, it's not that bad. Really, not that bad. You just want to keep focusing on that, at least until he gets to his two main moves near the end of the battle. As you see here, he'll start charging up Hollow Omen. It'll say from the depths of shadow. It'll actually warn you. And most people, what they do is they pull together near him and keep attacking him. And you'll put up like a heal bubble or anything they can. Because once he hits Hollow Omen, it does massive damage to the full raid party. Kaboosh! Yeah, and if you ain't in a heal bubble and if you ain't at full life when that happens, you will die. It'll take you down very close to dying, and this is the part where the healers just got to bust their ass and get everyone healed as fast as possible, because after he does Hollow Omen, he'll start doing these other moves called Earth Shakers, which are pretty much another form of an AoE attack. Here it goes right here, Earth Shaker. And as you see what happens here, it'll have a room-wide AoE. And that's really about it. As long as you just pay attention to his moves that he does, especially in his Hollow Diablos form, you'll realize he'll cast Earth Shakers, Hollow Omens, the Shadow Spheres, the Hollow Nightmares, and some other AoE attacks that aren't that major. As long as you just focus through that, you'll realize it's not that bad. He's actually not that difficult once you figure him out. I want to thank everybody who subscribes to my channel. I want to thank everybody who watches this video. Please leave a comment below if you feel like it to let you know. Definitely let everybody here at Double Dog Reviews know if you thought that this was helpful in any way to get you through this battle. And also, if you like this battle or if you hate it. Peace out. Remember, play hard, play fun, and always remember, the devil is in the details. Peace out.